you and they have to know your music. A lot of time, a huge number of very big tunes die down due to lack of good promotion. This morning, Mark Okweku Mante joins Amma and myself to tell us about how to promote your music successfully. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, two pretty women.
Oh, thank you so much. It's good to have you here. How are you?
I'm okay, thank God.
Right. So we're talking about music promotion, how to do it successfully.
Our part of the world, every environment and its type of promotion and how it works. Basically, the books will tell you that you need some promotional tools to get it done. And so, growing up, our traditional way was the normal television, radio, where we come back from school and hear GBC2. At the time, we had the KKDs and all of them at GBC. Today, it's evolved, and we have online giant billboards. Those of us who are selling elite products, you can do direct marketing, where you can say, Mr. Kofi Amoaben, can I have an appointment with you tomorrow afternoon? I have a CD for you to buy direct. But if it is not expensive, it would be wrong to take a CD to Kofi Amoaben and say that I want to sell a CD to you for 5 CDs. So transport to Mr. Kofi Amoaben is more than 5 CDs. So it wouldn't make sense. So basically, we were doing online, still traditional radio, television, and then some direct marketing. Yeah.
Which would you say is the most effective way of promoting, like the let's say there's a new artist on the market, on the scene, and he has a big tune. Which would you say would be the most effective way to get his music out there?
You still need to mix. You still need to do the traditional ones, the radio, television, and then online to get it. And then the giant billboards, because to the people
billboards, really?
Yeah.
When did billboards become an effective way of marketing music?
Tala Fatah was the first that I saw years ago. He did for Lidodo. The album was called Sikape. I had just finished my O level, so I didn't know too much about selling, and I didn't know why he did it. But today I know why he did it. The reason is that today people are not buying products; they are buying image and brands.
I was just about to get to that, because I was going to ask you, with the billboards, I mean, if you're promoting something, it is the product you're promoting. So with the billboards, what goes on the billboard? Is it the artist or the CD, or what? How do you capture your audience via billboards?
If I should see Castro,
especially if it's an up and coming artist, it's a big song but he's not known.
Yeah.
So how do you put your image out there? What are you trying to communicate?
Okay, I'm trying to communicate the kind of the stature of the artist you're dealing with. So if he should tell you that if I perform for you, I'll take you 20,000 per the billboard that you saw, it justifies why. It gives him an image. He's a big boy. I mean, if Glow or MTN is on a giant billboard and you see Nana Yakumi on a giant billboard, you should know that that is the kind of class he's also dealing with. So imaging purely. And
no, but Mark, this is a new artist on the scene. Nobody really know. They know the song, but they can't put a face to the song.
Yeah.
So how do you promote the song with your image out there when nobody can, associate you to the music?
You see, EL did one.
But EL was that his first?
I didn't know who he was at the time. I actually remember that billboard, yeah. BB&Z.
I remember where he had one on the airport junction. Sure. Yes.
And at the time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't even know he was the one that was doing that. You Go Kill Me.
That was You Go Kill Me. Was Sarkodie.
Yeah.
No,
but he
was
on the.
Oh, he did the beat.
Yeah. Okay. And he was on the track.
Yeah.
He's the one that sang.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then when they told me, I'm like, okay, so but then remember the fact that he came on the billboard as a new artist, even though he was a producer, you took notice of he's on another level, because nobody at the time had done that. So
because your team did it too, Opposite Action on the Spintex.
But funny enough, they're under the same BB&Z,
same label,
label.
Yeah, so it gives you some form of image, and so you want to follow such an artist. This guy I've been seeing around Circle on a giant billboard. Who is he at all? It's, his name is such and such a person. I would want to hear him.
Okay.
And so if the song, you hear the song and the song is large, you like the song, then you're in love with such a person, you want to have him at your party or most of the big events, then he makes his money from there. He charges you big because the billboard,
it's expensive.
You know, you have to pay for it.
So this is all part of branding,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's looking at music promotion now. Obviously, the ones that most of us know is payola. Meaning, and back in the day, physically, the artist would have to go, if it's in Tamale, they have to make sure the CD goes here, and there. Now,
Accompanied with something.
Now, I mean, you've had artists, like when Joey B released Tonga. Tonga was on the internet, and it was such a big hit on the internet. The radio stations themselves, he didn't have to physically go there to go. The song was big, so the radio station just took it, downloaded it, and then that's it. So is it now saying that because the internet is everywhere in the world,
job made easier,
is so much easier now? Anyone can do it, essentially.
Job made easier. Unfortunately, same internet has become a second pirate. Yeah. So yes, pros and cons. So you decide. For me, my kind of promotion that I do, I make sure that, like Panea Kumi, a lot of people will say Kumi Guitar, they want to see his music. You won't find him on YouTube. You won't find him because I want to make sure that you would want to follow him when he enters a hall. And so, if it becomes large, because you find it very difficult getting his music, you would want to get
like a CD or get a CD.
Because the time Kwame had to give his CDs out for free in the name of promotion.
Does that work? Some artists do that.
Yes,
is that a good way of promoting?
It is your beliefs and your style and your orientation.
But does it work?
It works. Yes, it means that you don't want money from sales, but
you have money. But that was sponsored. He gave out his CD, but it was sponsored, wasn't it?
I didn't know about sponsorship.
I thought it was sponsored. Okay.
No, I didn't know about sponsorship. But they some of them believe that I want to make myself popular, irrespective of whatever. The ultimate is
the money will come later.
The money will come later.
Let's get the music out there first.
Right.
Okay, Mark, at what point should you start promoting your song and new music? You put a music out there. Do you wait for it to catch on, or immediately the song is ready, you just hit the ground running and start promoting it?
If it's about me, sometimes I don't even finish my album and I start my promotion. Everybody has a style, but ideally, after learning more about marketing, I think you have to get everything ready. Your music video ready. If you have posters ready, everything.
Oh, okay. So you have the school of thoughts that you should release your song together with a video. The video shouldn't come later.
That's what I'm saying. That I used to do it my way, but after learning from the
right
books,
way, marketing,
marketing, it says that you should we have marketing mix, we have promotional mix. The promotional mix is getting all the tools ready, blending them well to achieve the right results. So if I had my video, say first, because of World Cup, let's finish the World Cup. First week in July, I want to see Kumi Guitar's video on television for 1 month. 1 month, I am launching him at Mervyn Peak or Alisa. I'm mentioning these things for a reason, because I want to
on a certain level,
as opposed to
don't mention any names.
As opposed to maybe Labadi Beach. I don't know.
What's wrong with Labadi Beach?
But I'm just saying, beach. Most people, if you
the beach.
Yeah, yes, the beach. I didn't mention the venue, but
right.
The beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I want him to get into the app market. So the app market.
But doesn't it also depend on your target market?
That's right.
Like for somebody like Shatawale, would he necessarily have to do the moving pics?
No, it will be a waste of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to look at your markets as well.
Right. Okay. Before you actually decide that you want to sell any artist, you should know your segmentation or whatever, get your positioning. How do I want people to see this my artist? If it's Kwabena, I want to see him as one who deals with just the corporate world and
the mature audience.
Mature, yes. People who can afford to pay 15,000 above for an artist. And so sometimes when they call him to the beach, you say he doesn't belong there. I remember Multi TV wanted Kumi Guitar for one of the events. I said no, he doesn't belong there. His kind of guitar music, the youth who come for free shows on the streets will not appreciate him. And people will think it's a waste of time. But if I took him
so
to...
you have to learn to turn down some of these gigs as well.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You have to look at your brand
Yes.
and decide what is good and what is not good
Yeah.
for you. Okay.
Yeah. Because...
So you shouldn't just jump on every and any show just because you've
At
been
all.
called.
At all. Even if the money is that good, reject it.
Hey,
Hey.
that would be hard, though.
Yes.
Especially in this.
This economy.
The dollar economy.
the city.
It
Yeah,
would be difficult, though.
Yeah.
it'll be because you gotta eat.
Okay, there was
Yeah.
something else that you said that I picked up on. You said something about it's the World Cup. Don't put out your music during the World Cup. So you should also look at what is happening. Current situation,
Yes.
what's happening. So you know it's the World Cup. Everybody's involved in football. Don't put out music because it will be
Yes.
drowned out with the
Yes.
football and all of
Yes.
that. Okay,
You
that's a
should know
good
your
tip.
terrain. You should know your environment. Around this time, World Cup is an option to entertainment.
This is a good point actually. On I think the day the Ghana v Germany match, D Black everybody was tweeting about football. And I saw D Black tweet, "Pass not passing." I was so angry when I saw that tweet. I'm reading football tweet. I see, and I'm like, I think he.
Alright, D Black will like you right now if he's watching.
I hope you're watching. Because I was like,
What's going on?
hey, get off my timeline. And the reason being but I totally know where he was coming from. He just thought right now, so many people are watching football,
And everybody
was
is here tweeting. So
So
this is
it's
a good time for people to. But
big mistake, big mistake, D Black. I actually remember this was only the other day, and so actually you made a good point. Is that everybody is so you want to do
That is why the big brands like MTN, Tigo, they go with what the environment wants at a
And it's
particular
football
time.
right now.
So within the past 1 month or 2 months, you realize that Tigo has taken over Accra Mall with something sporty. That everybody, you take advantage of the environment or what the people want to see or hear at a particular time. You don't say that, as for me, I am different. I live in a different world. So D Black, I am busy tweeting my new album. Nobody, they want to hear Asamaja.
Love
They
you,
want to
D
hear
Black.
Dede.
This is not hate. I get it. Yes.
What about timing? You know, sometimes there will be a big song out there already. How do you know when to also put yours out there so it doesn't get drowned out by the craze of the moment? Do you have to wait for it to completely die down, or you also put yours out there and then hope that it also makes the impact?
There's some account balance that says that
So there are some times you just know to sit back.
That is why, check out the music industry now. You realize that almost everybody has gone back to his room thinking about himself.
Because of what?
Because of the soccer.
Okay. I was actually even talking about other songs. Let's say when Tonga came out, it was huge. It still is huge. So when do you decide that, okay,
To drop
let me
your
also
hits.
put mine out there? Because I mean, Tonga is what is in right now. That's,
Okay.
At what time do you also put yours out there? Because there's competition.
It depends on your product. I remember when Abiyonha was the biggest song and I wanted to release Kokoko. Mr. Tavensa, who used to be my program manager at the time on Joy FM, said, "Mark, I think it's the wrong time. Abiyonha is the biggest thing. It will kill your song."
How do you compete?
Because that's was also virtually new. So I said that, no, I know my product, my song is good. And I released Kokoko. And it was Kokoko that took Abiyonha off the market. And Lumba had to come look for me and said I had done very well because he knew how the song was. So for a new artist like that, to break through. So it depends on your product.
But Mark, how do you know that your song is that good? Because when you speak to a lot of the musicians, when we
They all
interview them
think
and you
their
ask them,
songs are
okay, so
great.
when you ask them, so when you're doing this song or when you're putting it out there, did you know it would be this big? And they say no.
Oh, that's true.
I didn't anticipate that it would be this huge. So sometimes they really don't know. I don't know. Is it always automatic? Do you always know that this song is the one?
Yes, when it comes to music, sometimes I've had very strong hope in some of my songs that didn't do well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, and so when it comes to music, it is very difficult to tell. The degree is like, let me know, percentage, 80-20. You are so sure and you are not so sure. It can be 80, it can be 20. For me, for somebody who has sold music for a very long time, it's my experience that will help. There are people who are very new, and so they will say, "Oh, I like my song can do well," and it wouldn't, I am so sure it won't do well, but he is so sure it will do well. People have been tested or tried for years, and they have a track record of music that sell. Talk to those people.
Okay. Right, on that note, I think we'll wrap it up here. But any other thing you want to add before we go when it comes to promotion? Any advice for the artists out there both up and coming ones and established ones? What should they be doing, and what shouldn't they be doing when it comes to promoting music?
I think we should get the mix right. You see people like I was working with Salah when she wanted to be on the boxing Bukum Banku and IT Powers. I told her never to get on that stage. She did not listen. And when she went, I'm sure after the show, you also what happened. Nobody spoke about her. No, because the people went to that
So
to watch
it was
that.
the wrong
Nobody was
crowd.
interested in a brand like Salah, because they were looking for ruggedness, Shatawale, somebody who was ready to move the crowd with some strong hot song, not slow
so it was
melody.
okay to
It
have
was
an
like-
artiste, but it was the
But
wrong artiste.
You get it. So
What did you think of her styling?
her style of music,
No, the style, what she wore.
what she wore, she herself was the wrong personality. So everything about her was
On
the
that
wrong.
note, we'll say a very big thank you to Mark Okrekumante for coming through this morning.
Oh, Mark, we
many
love
thanks to
you.
you for coming. This has been our entertainment segment.